Hi friends, welcome to Crack Greatly. We are back with yet another important lecture by continuing the current affairs series that we are running in our YouTube channel, and we bring out to you the most important news article from the 22nd and 23rd November 2021. So as you all know that we bring out this news article is specifically for your phase 2 examinations for exam like RBI, SEBI and NABARD, right? So let's begin with the first news article. It is RBI approved NSGL as e-governance as account aggregator. Now, okay. So NSGL e-governance infrastructure as an account aggregator, and this is wholly owned subsidiary called NSGL e-governance account aggregator limited. Okay. Now first let us understand what do we mean by the account aggregator, right? Just give me a moment. What happened? Okay. What is account aggregator? Account aggregator क्या है? Basically, it's a organization where all the data related to finance will be kept together. अभी क्या होता है देखो क्रेडिट हिस्ट्री देखना है तो सिबिल राइट एसबीआई डजंट नो my bank balance in ICICI Bank. ICI doesn't know my bank balance in HDFC. But all these banks do know my credit history through CIBIL ratings, right? इनको सिबिल रेटिंग के थ्रू एक क्रेडिट हिस्ट्री सब कोई एक्सेस कर सकते हैं बट देर इज नो अदर इंफॉर्मेशन दैट इज अवेलेबल टू इट. सो अकाउंट एग्रीगेटर बेसिकली है क्या? इट्स अंडरस्टैंड इट्स लाइक ए कॉपी यहाँ पे आपका ना जितने भी फाइनेंशियल रिलेटेड सब कुछ इन्फॉर्म यहाँ पे रहेगा. नाउ हु विल मैनेज दैट? एनएसडीएल विल मैनेज दैट. सो एनएसडीएल इज a गवर्नमेंट इंडियन ओन्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, नो प्रॉब्लम गिविंग डेटा टू दैट. तो इससे ये होगा कि रोबस्ट फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम डेवलप होगा. Let's say I I take a loan from SBI. So now what SBI does is SBI have access to my CIBIL, so it can check how many loans currently I am with, my credit history, etc., etc. But it doesn't know the other amount, the other FDs that I have with other banks. Okay, the stock market details it doesn't have. So when account aggregator manages the data, this SBI maybe will be having all the data required. But obviously yes, data will not be shared कि SBI जाके मांग लिया data, I need data, give me the data. No, in that way it's not. No, the regulator is RBI, so in that way RBI will never allow. So it will only allow case and need basis. जितना जरूरत है उतना ही डेटा शेयर किया जाएगा, बट एक सेंट्रलाइज्ड सिस्टम बना दिया जाएगा डेटा का. सो दिस इज फर्स्ट ऑफ इट्स काइंड इनिशिएटिव. So I hope you understood this. So that's the reason account aggregator is a critical step of enabling data democracy. Data democracy. It's a first of its kind consent framework developed to empower an individual with control over data. And okay, and also maybe as we as a citizen, we will also get to know what kind of data these people have. Now you see many a times we hear about the news of people uh, data is getting compromised with Aadhaar. When Aadhaar data was compromised, because Aadhaar have fingerprint, retina scan, it have the proper address, it also have the photo and whatnot. Okay, so when this kind of data get compromised, so you see multiple things can go wrong. So maybe citizen will have access. So still the framework, the so this is a consent framework that RBI got an approval, but how, what will be the regulation, what will be the level of data, what would be the security system is not yet out. Okay, so let's not comment on that. See, background story I have tried to explain to you using the example of SBI that I gave in this slide. I think that would be enough for you to understand. Okay, so now let's move to the second news article, that is the International Commission to Reignite the Fight Against Smoking. Okay, so there is a report that has published very recently, and it says, and this report uses data from the World Bank, secondary data from sources such as World Bank. India has been ranked second in number of smokers aged between 16 and 64 years. So we can say that India has multiple smokers. India is among the nation having lowest quit rate for smoking. Report notes that China and India are home to 500 million tobacco users aged between 16 and 64-year age. Right? Then in India, tobacco prevalence is three times greater among men than women. Means 3x. If woman is X, men is 3x. India accounts for highest rates of use of smokeless tobacco and oral cancer worldwide. 37% of Indian respondents desired to change behavior with a plan to quit smoking. So quit rates for men are less than 20%. Around 1.14 billion people across the world still uses tobacco. So India ranked second. Most important things or takeaway from this between 16 and 64 years. Right? So let's move to the next news article, that is Ayush in noticed. So the concerned minister has approved three big initiatives for the Northeast. Unique Ayurveda College with 36 to be established at Pasighat, a Ayurvedic hospital with 60 beds, same at Pasighat, sum of 53.72 crores to be invested for this. Now see, you will think that this kind of news is of not phase two material. Obviously, we do certainly agree with you, but since the entire world is revolving around health, so everything and anything taken is related to health. You see the budget, you see the economic survey, everyone talks about the health at the first and then everything else. So that's why you should know every news related to health sector, right? So that's the reason this being brought under here. So three key initiative of IFSCA means GIFT City Gujarat. The finance minister announced three key projects worth rupees 500 crore. The first was the proposal of, see, this breakdown is not important. Okay, this breakdown is not important. I have given it. Just go ahead and read. But yes, three was approved recently. The finance minister had visited the gift city and she spent some time to understand their problem and its and buts and many things. Had meetings and have approved project worth rupees 500 crores. And this is the breakdown of it. Next, move to the next news article. It is cleanest city of India honored. This is very, very important news. If you are not remembering it in one go, do do watch it twice, thrice. How many times it takes you to remember, you have to watch it. There's no other option, right? This is very important. So the President of India has felicitated the awardees of India at Swachh Amrit Mahotsav hosted at Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0 by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Right? See, for the fifth consecutive year, Indore was awarded the title of India's cleanest city under the Swachh Sarvekshan, while Surat and Vijayawada bagged the second and the third spot respectively in more than 1 lakh category. Means population is more than 1 lakh. Okay. First is Indore. Okay. Second rank is Surat. Third rank is Vijayawada. Now, population is less than 1 lakh. In that category, Vita, Lonavala, and Sangbad, all from Maharashtra, bagged the first, second, and third. Means first is Vita, second Lonavala. I think everyone knows it, the hill station near Pune. Third one is Saswad, all from the state of Maharashtra, bagged first, second, and third position. Okay, then Varanasi emerged as the best Ganga town. So there are multiple Ganga towns. Banarasi is there, Kolkata is there, Asansol is there. I think there are few in the Uttarakhand. Rishikesh is there. So Varanasi emerged as the best Ganga town, while Ahmedabad cantonment won the title of India's cleanest cantonment, followed by the Meerut cantonment and Delhi cantonment. Means Ahmedabad cantonment number one, number two Meerut cantonment, number three Delhi cantonment, and best Ganga town is Varanasi. Okay, Varanasi is also the Prime Minister's elected city. Okay, so the Prime Minister is an MP from Varanasi. Let's see few more items. Okay, few more important points. In the category of fastest movers means the city which jumped the ranking, okay, by leaps and bounds. That is Hoshangabad, Madhya Pradesh, emerged as the fastest mover city in more than 1 lakh category population, with a jump of 274 rank from 361st position in 2020 ranking and 87th position this year, thus securing a place among the top 100 cities. In the state award, Chhattisgarh for the third consecutive year emerged as the cleanest state in the category of more than 100 urban local bodies, while Jharkhand for the second time won the cleanest state award in less than 100 ULB categories. What is 100? माने ग्राम पंचायत नगर पंचायत 100 से ज्यादा है तो उस कैटेगरी में छत्तीसगढ़ won for the third consecutive time, Jharkhand for the second consecutive time won the less than 100 ULB categories. Now look, this data are very reliable and very uh, the government has compiled it in a non-political manner, because if you see Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand both are ruled by the opposition governments. Right? So yes, this shows the cooperative federalism between the central and the state, and also this shows about the autonomy of an organization. Then Karnataka and Mizoram became the fastest mover states. So fastest mover city is Hoshangabad, Madhya Pradesh. Don't get confused. Karnataka and Mizoram become the fastest mover state in big more than 100 ULBs and small less than 100. Okay. Karnataka plus 100 category में और ये below 100 category में Mizoram. Maharashtra has successfully bagged a total of 92 awards, the highest by any state in this year's survey, followed by Chhattisgarh, which won 67 awards. Okay, Maharashtra is at number one, Chhattisgarh is at number two with 67. Additionally, under the Perit Dwar Samman, a new performance category introduced under the Swachh Sura Sarvekshan 21, five cities. Indore, Surat, Navi Mumbai, New Delhi Municipal Corporation, and Tirupati were categorized as Divya, Platinum. Okay, let's move to the next one. So see, the second session of the event was dedicated to Safai Mitras. So who are Safai Mitras? The people who clean our roads, clean the pit, clean the nalas and all drainage system. The frontline soldier of the Swachh Bharat Mission Urban, and it was done on the World Toilet Day, 19 November. So the top performer under the first ever Safai Mitra Suraksha Challenge being recognized is Indore, Navi Mumbai, Nellore, Devas emerged as the top performers across different population categories among 246 participating cities in the Safai Mitra Suraksha Challenge. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 cities out of how much? 260. Where is it? 246. Okay, 246 cities. Now, what is among these states? Chhattisgarh, Chandigarh bagged the award for the best performing state and union territory under the challenge. Okay, so Chhattisgarh among the state got the best category and Chandigarh among the union territories. So there is no second or third data given here. The vision for the garbage-free India (SBM) Urban 2.0 was given further impetus by the announcing the result of 3-star and 5-star rated cities under the Star Rating Protocol garbage-free cities. A total of 9 cities: Indore, Surat, New Delhi Municipal Corporation, Navi Mumbai, Ambikapur, Mysuru, Noida, Vijayawada, and Patan have been certified as 5-star cities, while 143 cities have been certified as a 3-star. Okay, so this is Very, very important. No, let's go back. Let's move to the next news article, that is 21st century for EMRS and CBSE teacher. This is nothing but an certificate course on experience learning for 2021st century. This was launched for the CBSE and Equilibrium Model Residential School teachers. Okay, in collaboration with whom? Tata Trust says uh, TIS and all this year. So the program will be deployed for initially 350 educators in 6 states. So it will cover, it's a 6 weeks program covering 4 modules supported with virtual webinars. Okay, so go through these lines. Once you will get to know the details of the certificate course. Let's move forward to the next one. World Fisheries Day celebration in Bhubaneswar. So again, this would seems to be as the phase one material, but this is also phase two. This was celebrated in Bhubaneswar, that is right. But again, Balasar, Orissa was awarded at the best marine district in the country. This is very important. Andhra Pradesh was awarded the best marine state, while best inland state was awarded to Telangana. Okay, Balaghat in Madhya Pradesh received the best inland district award, and best hilly and district awards were taken away by Tripura and Bangaon, Assam, respectively. Okay, so let's move to the next news article, that is COVID-19 poses threat to gender equality, UNESCO. So this is a report, by the UNESCO, which speaks about the gender equality during the COVID time. So what has happened? So the theme is, digital generation, our generation. So it is celebrated for empowering and amplifying the voices of young girls around the world. So this report is about the young girls. The global study titles When Schools Shut, Gender Impacts of COVID-19 School Closures. So it's simple. You see, when the school were closed, everyone had to come online. And when you say online, it was the mobile phone. Especially in India, even today, many middle class parent cannot prefer laptop, and also student cannot handle laptop. That is a fact. Okay, so what they did was, it was a mobile phone that has emerged as an substitute to laptop because they are capable enough now. So this data tells us about the differentiation between a boy child and a girl child. So now, as per the report, at the peak of COVID-19 pandemic, 1.6 billion students in 190 countries were affected by the school closure. Okay, so not only did they lose access to education, but also they were merit benefit of attending a school at an unparalleled scale. Okay, see, school is not about just getting education. School is about building a character. Because when you go to school, you remember when we went to school. So every school had different set of facilities, right? Let me talk about the rural India from where I belong. Okay, I did not have much opportunity in my school. Still, I remember the most of my character has been built in this school, right? So that is how it is. Every child in its initial stage, the care, the type of education, the type of the environment he or she gets is important. So that is what this report highlights and talks about. Beyond it, it poses threat to gender equality, including effects on health, well-being, and protection that gender are specific. Drawing in evidence from 90 countries, in-depth data collected in local communities. Okay, so let's see what the data is in simple points. The study pointed out that the digital gender divide was already a concern before the COVID-19. So data says it's not just about COVID-19, it was existed before the COVID-19, and COVID-19 fueled it. The in-depth studies on Bangladesh and Pakistan in the global report revealed. So see, there is no proper India-specific data uh, on this report. The report is about the South Asian nation, that is Bangladesh and Pakistan. It gendered effect on remote learning during school closure. In this study on Pakistan, only 44% girl in participating district reported to owning mobile phone for their personal use, whereas 93% of boys did so. So very few numbers. Girls who did not own mobile phone reported that they did not rely on their relative device, typically belonged to their father. Right? So they were using their parents' phone to get those school materials. Even that is relevant in India also. If you look closely among your relatives, the childrens, you will find very few will have phones. It's basically their mom's or dad's phone that the child would be using. While some of the girls were able to use family members' phone, they were not able to do so. Their access were restricted. The longer, okay, so this data says that the longer the school closure is, the more the problem for the girl child is, and we can say the gender equality. So with this, we have come to the end of this lecture. We wish you very good luck from the team Cried Rugby. Thank you and happy learning.